When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Sa amin masaya talaga kasi number 4 kami. Siyempre advantage sa amin yun eh. Kumbaga kumpiyansa din.
Good evening mga minamahal namin ka-Phil Basket. Welcome to the playoffs here in Subic Bay Gym in the lively city of Olongapo, Zambales. Eman Cabilas here together with Javi Palanya, and this is Phil Basket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life. At ngayon sa ating second game ng quarterfinals featuring 4th seed in Nueva Ecija Bespren versus the 5th place Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Let's take a peek at the road to the championship, no? Ito na ang ating updated playoffs bracket.
And the AICC winning their game against M-Trans Boracay de Lea Batangas City Tanduay Athletics to be the first team to make the semifinals. Dito sa ating laro, malalaman natin kung sino makakalaban itong AICC Manila sa ating knockout semifinals that will happen later this week.
Oo nga. And now we go over to our dashing stadium announcer / courtside reporter, Ken Pangilinan. He had a few words earlier with Coach Bong de la Cruz and Coach Toto Dihilio of Nueva Ecija.
Kasama ko ngayon ang dalawang coaches na magbabakbakan ngayong gabi. Coach Toto Dohilio, unahin na kita. So Coach Toto, kumusta naman yung condition ng mga players mo ngayon?
So far, medyo lahat ng players ko medyo healthy naman lahat.
Ayun, and samantala, Coach Bong de la Cruz, meron na kayong momentum going into this quarterfinals matchup. Pero yun nga, meron twice to beat disadvantage sa part ninyo. How will you handle this upcoming game?
One game at a time lang kami. No? Kailangan namin pagtrabahuhan muna yung today's game bago namin isipin next game. Kailangan talaga double hard work kami today.
Ayun. And Coach Toto, yun na nakita natin, James Martinez improve play as of late. So ano ba sa tingin mo yung parang naging spark for him para mag-step up in the recent games?
Siguro yung minomotivate ko lang yung mga bata na ilaro lang nila yung game nila. So siguro walang pressure, enjoy the game. So siguro yun ang nagkaroon sila ng wala ng hesitation sa nila sa decision making.
And Coach Bong, yun nga, lately may momentum na kayo. Ano ba yung gusto mo so far sa mga performance ng mga players mo?
So far, dumidepensa kami today. Yung last few games namin, gusto ko yung energy nila. So, yun lang. Trabahuhin lang namin to sa defense. And hopefully, manalo kami today. Then, para dun sa next game, baka pag-prepare din kami ulit.
Should be a fun matchup, guys. Back to you, Noel.
Thank you very much, Ken Pangilinan. At yun nga, Javi, no, si Coach Bong. Kanina si Coach Bong nakasabay ko sa pool. At every time before the game, hinahanap niya yung kanyang zen. And he is very, very focused now para sa laro na to. Meanwhile, ito naman si Coach Toto Dohilio, ganun din. Pero tingnan muna natin, yung last game nila, Nueva Ecija versus Pasig Sta Realtors, Halloween game.
That's right, and what a very tight game that was, and one of the upsets that Nueva Ecija pulled in this tournament against the Pasig Sta Realtors. That was a game that they should have won, and sobrang sakit sa kanila yung pagkatalo na ito because this was part of the lopsided start to this tournament that Pasig should have cruised to with yung mga first few opponents nila. That should have been sure wins for them, but they did not expect that they would have chemistry issues, conditioning issues that they hurdled towards the latter part of the tournament. But look at the numbers that game against the Nueva Ecija Bespren, which Renz Palma won for them at the buzzer. Lamang ang Pasig Sta at that game. During the latter part of that game, towards the latter seconds, lamang sila ng 2 points, but Renz Palma was able to hit the game-winning 3 to end that ball game. Pero para sa Pasig Sta, so much production from their bench in that game. Rudy Linganay, Jabs Bautista, and Jexter Apinan contributing 39 points out of the 50 bench points that Pasig had in that game. Kasi usually talaga, off the bench ni Coach Bong yung kanyang mga veterano. You're looking right now on your screens at Renz Palma, who hit that game winner in that game against the Pasig Sta Realtors, the hero of that game.
The hero of Halloween.
That's right. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals, doing it all on the stat sheet. Ito namang si James Martinez played one of his great games. To start this tournament, James Martinez was very consistent, hitting double figures in each of his first 6 games before he scored 5, and then he was blowing hot and cold. The next game he scored 15, then 9 before his 21-point explosion in the last game against the M-Trans Boracay de Lea Batangas City Tanduay Athletics. He was 3 out of 3 from 3-point country, 4 out of 4 from the free throw line, and that's why he ended up with 21 points to help tow their team to the number 4 seed and the last twice to beat incentive.
Oo nga, ito namang Pasig Sta Realtors, Javi, no? Teams are saying that they are peaking at the right time. They suffered losses nung earlier part of tournament, pero ngayon, they're one of the hottest teams in the league. As of yesterday, 5-1 yata yung kanilang record.
That's right, and yung game nila against the Muntinlupa defenders served as a good warm-up for them going into this game. They had a lot of three-pointers in that game. In fact, made a lot more attempts and makes than two-pointers in that game against the Muntinlupa defenders. They were 21 out of 45 from three-point country.
Meanwhile, ito ulit ang ating courtside reporter, Ken Pangilinan, para naman kausapin si Renz Palma and Rudy Linganay, ang dalawang former UE Red Warriors.
So, unahin na kita, Renz. So, Renz, syempre, pareho kayong UE Red Warrior nung college days nyo. May natutunan ka ba dito kay Kuya Rudy mo nung pinapanood mo siya bago ka maglaro?
Oo, syempre, nakaka-practice din namin si Kuya Rudy sa UE nung time na kami naman yung naglalaro sa UAP. So, nagtuturo siya sa amin ng mga basic na kailangan gawin kasi marami naman experience si Kuya Rudy sa UAP. So, yun, na-adapt naman namin ng maganda yung mga tinuro niya sa amin nung time na yun.
Siyempre, Rudy, alam mo naman, fresh pa sa utak ninyo. Naka-game winner itong kapwa mong Red Warrior. Ano bang aasahan natin sa inyo going into this game?
First of all, syempre, sobrang sakit sa amin yung pagkatalo dahil na-shoot nga ni Renz yung tira niya. Then siguro nag-adjust lang kami ngayon. Pinag-aralan namin sa yung game plan namin. Gawin lang namin tama. Yun, siguro may chance kami manalo ngayon.
And ikaw naman, Renz, syempre, maganda ni pinapakita nyo going into these playoffs. Ano ba ang instruction sa inyo ni Coach Toto para maka-extend kayo ng one more game dito sa quarterfinal?
Actually, sabi lang naman sa amin ni Coach Toto is mag-focus kami sa laro. Kung ano yung sistema na pinapagawa niya, sundin lang namin para makuha rin namin yung gusto naming makuha.
At kayo naman, Rudy, meron na kayo win streak going into this quarterfinals matchup. Ikaw naman, kamusta na yung condition mo, yung rhythm mo?
Ako naman, okay naman kasi syempre dito na rin kami na-condition kasi halos every other day yung game. Siguro itong game na to, wala, do or die na kami. Kailangan namin manalo ngayong game para may isa pang game kami na paglaban sa kanila. Yun.
So there you have it, Renz.
Okay, yun nga po. Maraming salamat, Ken Pangilinan, no? And itong Pasig Sta Realtors, Javi, as you were saying, in their last game,
Oh yeah, they did have a lot of three-pointers in that game. They made more three-pointers than two-pointers in that game against the Muntinlupa defenders. As you see here, the elimination averages of both teams. Both teams, hindi nagkakalayo masyado sa scoring, no? But points allowed, this is the glaring stat here.
yes.
Santa Lucia is #1 in points allowed in this tournament, and that has to do with the slow pace that they like to play. They don't really like to run in transition. They want to play the slow and grind it out game. They rely a lot on their veterans to tow them in their offense. They give the ball a lot to Justin Arana to be able to get him that ball in the low block and to establish position underneath. Ito naman Nueva Ecija Bespren. They like to go out in transition. They like to quicken up the pace, and they like to score the basketball a lot. And their defense will be tested here against a very veteran team in the Santa Lucia Realtors.
So two contrasting styles. Nueva Ecija Bespren likes to run. Meanwhile, Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors likes to grind it out. So malapit na po tayo mag-umpisa as we turn you over to our stadium announcer naman, Ken Pangilinan.
Mga ka-Phil Basket, mabuhay! Welcome to the quarterfinals. Our second game of our doubleheader features the #4 seed Nueva Ecija Bespren going up against the #5 seed the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. First, the starting five who hold a twice-to-beat advantage. Your Nueva Ecija Bespren. At guard, 6 feet from Arellano University, #2, Renz Alcoriza. Also at guard, 5'8" from Arellano University, #25, Gilmer De La Torre. At center, 6'4" from Jose Rizal University, #24, Mark Neil Cruz. At forward, 6'2" from St. Nicholas College, #16, Jeric Teng. And at the other forward, 6'1" from the University of the East, #7, Renz Palma. Their coach is Ronnie Doilio. And now the starting five looking to stay alive and force a rubber match. Your Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. At guard, 5'6" from San Sebastian College Recoletos, number 4, Ryan Costello. Also at guard, 5'10" from the University of the East, number 10, Rudy Linganay. At center, 6'7" from Arellano University, number 15, Justin Arana. At forward, 6'3" from SCI College, number 11, Cedric Ablaza. And at the other forward, 6'2" from SDI College, number 17, Japs Bautista. Their coach is Bong de la Cruz. Our game officials, crew chief Alan Dude.
And here are your starters for today's ball game. Renz Palma, Jeric Teng at the forward spots. Mark Cruz, the man in the middle. Renz Alcoriza and Gilmer De La Torre, your usual suspects for Coach Toto Dohilio. Para naman sa panig ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, Rudy Linganay is starting this game. He usually comes off the bench. He joins Japs Bautista, Justin Arana, Ryan Costello, and Cedric Ablaza on the floor for Coach Bong de la Cruz to start this game.
And the first five is brought to you by TM Easy Surf 99. And the ball is up in the air. Nueva Ecija Bespren getting the first possession. The first quarter is brought to you by TikTok. Again, this is the second game of our doubleheader today. Nanalo na po ang AICC Manila. They now have a spot in the semifinals. At ito namang Nueva Ecija Bespren, they have a twice to beat advantage over the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. They are looking to get that both actually are looking to get that semifinal spot.
That's right. The winner of this matchup will face AICC Manila in the knockout semifinals.
Yes.
But Nueva Ecija holding the twice to beat advantage among these two teams. And Coach Bong de la Cruz said in that pre-game interview that he said he wants to win this game with defense, but in the start of this game, Gilmer De La Torre nakatakas agad, but Cedric Ablaza able to put Santa Lucia up 4-2 to start this game.
Missing that three was Renz Alcoriza. And Ryan Costello will now set it up for the green shirts. By the way, green shirts po ang Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. White naman, mostly white and green, itong Nueva Ecija Bespren.
Hot start here for the Nueva Ecija Bespren. 2 out of 3 so far to begin this ball game.
Jeric napil the jumper, wala. And Rudy Linganay gets that rebound. Ryan Costello for 3. Splash! And with barely 2 minutes dito sa ating first quarter, napatimeout na kagad si Coach Toto Dohilio as we see it again. Ryan Costello letting it go and hitting the target. Meron po tayong timeout and it is brought to you by Stig Roasters.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
And we are back. Eman Cabiles po kasama si Javi Palanya. This is the quarterfinal match ng Nueva Ecija Bespren versus Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Lamang po ngayon ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, 10-2. 7 minutes, 54 pa ang natitira dito sa ating first quarter of play. De La Torre for 3. Binawi niya yung kaninang tres ni Ryan Costello.
And that silences that 10-0 run that Santa Lucia went on after that opening basket by Gilmer De La Torre.
That's right, Avi. Lahat ng puntos dito ng Nueva Ecija galing lahat kay Gilmer De La Torre. Meanwhile, Justin Arana.
It'll be interesting to see how much they go to Justin Arana in this game. He does have the advantage, the girth, over itong si Mark Cruz. Kaya niyang kaldagin ito sa loob. Single coverage. Justin Arana will be able to dominate this guy, and we'll see how the team defense will hold for Nueva Ecija Bespren whenever Justin Arana gets the basketball in that area.
Meanwhile, nagpapasalamat po kami sa Coco Life. Coco Life, our official partner here in Field Basket Subic Championship. De La Torre now. Sa kanya lahat ng puntos sa Nueva Ecija Bespren so far. Renz Palma will drive. The scoop is out. Kapos yung tip ni Jeric Teng. At tumatakbo na naman ang Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Kakasabi lang natin na they like the grind out game. Tapos ngayon, takbo sila ng takbo. Pero yung fast break, naging slow break na. Japs Bautista, 4-3. Wala. And a hold will be called on Justin Arana. Laban dito kay Markel Cruz.
Santa Lucia going on the 2-2-1 zone press to slow down a bit itong opensa ng Nueva Ecija Bespren.
At alam natin itong opensa ng Nueva Ecija Bespren, hindi basta-basta. Pinakita nila yun kahapon laban sa M-Trans Boracay de la Iya Batangas City Tanduay Athletics. A game that they won. A game that actually locked down the fourth spot para sa kanila. Oh, check that. Meanwhile, ito na ulit si Justin Arana sa post. The reverse is good. That time, naka-zone ang Nueva Ecija Bespren at hindi napigilan ni Palma, si Arana. Renz Palma now, looking for a shot. He will drive, he will drop it off to Jeric Teng, but Ryan Costello is there to steal that away. Now Rudy Linganay, behind the back. Ryan Costello, the jumper. Iba, alam mo kung gaano katindi ang focus ngayon ni Ryan Costello. Nakasabay ko siya, Javi, na naglakad going to the gym. So I asked them, kasama niya si Van Peña. So I asked him, oh, anong game plan, boys? Ryan Costello, never breaking a stride, no? Never breaking a stride. Ang sabi lang niya, manalo.
And he's trying to pick up where he left off in the last game. He was one of the guys who played well in that game against the Muntinlupa defenders. He had 11 points, 3 out of 4 from downtown. Right now, he is 2 of 2 to begin this game.
Pero more importantly, no, yung game nila against AICC Manila, which they won, Ryan Costello was a big factor in that victory. Jeric Teng, the mid-range jumper, wala. Mark Cruz fighting for that rebound. Renz Palma, kick out to De La Torre again. And De La Torre, 3 out of 3 from the field, huh?
That's right, De La Torre bailing them out once again on that offensive thrust. But good defense being shown here by the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. They are checking every pass and every rotation on offense for the Nueva Ecija Bespren.
17-8 ang ating score. Lamang pa rin ng Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. 4 minutes and 30 seconds ang itira dito sa ating first quarter. And Ryan Costello will foul Renz Palma bago makabuelo si Palma. As we take a look at it again, the drive and the kick out to Gilmer De La Torre.
The game plan will definitely fall heavily on the attention to Renz Palma by the defense of the Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. So we will see here how he will adjust to that. But we have seen Renz Palma, as he is the focal point of the Nueva Ecija Bespren offense this whole tournament.
Yes.
We have seen him be able to distribute and facilitate playmake for his teammates.
Good pass by Martinez to John Lee Valin.
Instant offense, instant impact for Martinez and Valin.
We remember si James Martinez, ang best player of the game dun sa last game nila. Scored 21 points, no?
This guy hasn't missed yet. 3 out of 3 from the field. Ryan Costello with 7 points.
Wow. Tapatan sila ni ni Gilmer De La Torre. At sila pa nagbabantayan ngayon. Gilmer De La Torre will put it up and put it in. Wow.
What a matchup we have on our hands right here. That matchup at the point guard spot is very, very striking. Gilmer De La Torre and Ryan Costello going blow by blow.
De La Torre. Palma now para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Sarao at the post. And good defense by Jexer Rapinan. Intercepting that drop pass by JP Sarao.
That interior very, very tight.
Oh yes.
Hirap na hirap makapasok itong Nueva Ecija Bespren.
As we see the delivery assist of the game brought to you by Grab Food. James Martinez to John Lee Valin.
Nothing really Jexter Rapinan could do there. 6'7" Valin catching the ball from James Martinez.
Meanwhile, pumasok na yung hero ng game laban sa AICC Manila. Tyrone Pierce-Chan is in the game para sa Pasig Sta Realtors. JP Sarao gets that loose ball. At tumatakbo na naman po ang white shirts. James Martinez open for three. Not that time. Ludovice now para sa Pasig Sta Realtors. Pinagpahinga muna niya si Ryan Costello. Apinan, the drop and the bucket by Tyrone Pierce-Chan.
That's something that they like to run a lot. They set up Jexter Apinan or at times it's Cedric Ablaza on that top of the key area. Tapos they attack that inside and they are able to find their bigs in the interior for the easy score.
And a turnover there. As we take a look at this again, the drive by Apinan at sila naman ngayon ang interior passing. Tyrone, yes.
Yeah, you see that right there. Jexter Apinan has the speed advantage over a guy like JP Sarao.
Oh, yes. Jeric Teng now in the game against Martinez. Apinan grabs that rebound. Cut by Derihe. He loses it. Good defense by Gilmer De La Torre. Renz Palma, the three is up and in.
Didn't wait anymore for the defense to be set there. Took the transition three. Renz Palma now on the board.
Jexer Apinan against John Lee Valin. Wow. The spin cycle.
That's a tough shot there.
Yes. Against the outstretched arms of Valin, who is in our leaderboards blocks per game, no? Hindi makawala si James Martinez kay Derihe. Gilmer De La Torre overpass it. Now Jeric Teng is all alone for the layup. The score is now 25-15. 10 nang lamang ng Pasig Sta Realtors. 1 minute, 12 seconds. At titira sa ating first quarter. Renz Palma will elude two defenders pero natawagan ng foul. That would be on Ludovice. Oh, check that on Derihe.
The emergence of Jeric Teng in this tournament, especially as of late, has really helped them in their recent run. And as you see here, that foul on Clark Derihe. Jeric Teng has been able to recover his old condition. And nakikita mo talaga yung kumpiyansa sa mga galaw niya.
Oo. And as Jeric Teng gets back into prime shape, no? Sumasabay yung buong team niya.
That's right. And he did not play in their elimination game against the Nueva Ecija Bespren. So I'm sure he really is looking to exact revenge here against this squad.
Tipong subukan nyo na nandito ako. Another foul will be called. Penalty na ngayon ng Pasig Sta Realtors. Renz Palma will go to the free throw line. 58.7 seconds na lang ang natitira sa ating first quarter.
Well, now they've showed that they can play great defense to start this ball game. What Pasig Sta Lucia needs to realize here is to play defense without committing a lot of fouls, because Nueva Ecija is a pretty good free throw shooting team. But
and as you say it,
Renz Palma missing on that one.
On both actually, and the free throws are brought to you by Wilson. Wilson, the official basketball of Phil Basket Subic Championship. Tyrone Chan with a three. Wala nun. And James Martinez will run para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. He pulls it back out. Finds Renz. Renz will cross it up. The drop to JP Sarao, the basket with the foul, no?
Well, Renz Palma drew Clark Derihe on the mismatch in that left. JP Sarao with Ivan Ludovice covering him, and nothing much Ivan could do there but to foul him. JP Sarao now at the line for the bonus.
At makikita natin dito, hindi pa masyadong gumagawa si Renz Palma. Actually, siya yung focal point ng depensa nitong Pasig Sta Realtors. Sabi nga kanina ni Justin Arana while we were walking, alam naman namin sino babantayan namin eh. So yun nga, that would be Renz Palma at next up is James Martinez. Jeric Teng now against Mbons. He finds Clark Derihe for 3, too strong. 10 seconds na titira sa ating first quarter. JP Sarao! Again from a beautiful assist. Jeric Teng nagmamadali. He had time but he didn't make the basket. So 5 na lang po ang lamang ng Pasig Sta Realtors laban dito sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. The score is 25-20 as we take a look at the threes by Gilmer De La Torre. And the reverse by Justin Arana. We will return for the second quarter of play. Second quarter na po tayo dito sa laro between Pasig Sta Realtors and Nueva Ecija Bespren, and the second quarter is brought to you by Grab Food. The score is 25-20. 5 na lang ang lamang ng Pasig Sta Realtors. Kanina umabot yan sa 10. And taking it strong, si Van Ludovice, he will be fouled.
Well, both teams actually shooting well from the field, but just more attempts and more makes for Pasig Sta Lucia, and a big reason why the Nueva Ecija Bespren team is down by 5 at this point. Well, they actually did finish that first quarter strong, but the reason why they were down early in this game is because of the points in the paint. Santa Lucia able to exercise its dominance in the interior, and also 5 turnovers already to begin this ball game para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren compared to just 1 para dito sa Pasig Santa Lucia.
That's right. The green shirts taking care of the ball better than the white shirts nung first quarter. And we would like to say thank you sa ating mga kaibigan from Subic Bay and SBMA and Central Luzon Regional Task Force para sa inyo pong assistance sa amin dito sa Phil Basket Subic Championship. A 3 there ng Nueva Ecija Bespren, and the lead is down to 4, 27-23. Ivan Ludovice, the drop to Justin Arana. Push shot, wala. Jexer Apinan is there for the offensive rebound. Justin Arana will pick it up, and he will not be denied.
He continues his dominance inside the paint. Alam niya wala makakapigil sa kanya whenever he gets to get that space inside in that position.
And Justin Arana, former Arellano chief, madami siyang nakasabay dito sa team ng Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors na mga Arellano rin. One is John Lee Valin. So sabi ni Justin, nagbabantayan daw talaga sila sa practice ni John Lee Valin.
Oh,
kaya nginitian niya yun that time.
That's a great matchup.
Yes.
And we see here Valin trying to get it back.
And the flex by John Lee Valin, kahit medyo dumulas yung dunk na yun. But it was a dunk. Was it? Yes, it was.
Top ring.
Top ring. Okay. Ludovice, the drop to Ablasa. Oh, Ivan Ludovice is doing a great job setting up his teammates.
Nueva Ecija Bespren not able to help the helper on that play.
Jordan Engel now para sa Bespren. He will drop it off to
That's a
Valin.
travel.
And John Lee Valin gustong dumang ulit kagad. Natawagan siya ng traveling.
A little bit too overexcited before he caught the basketball. See here.
The TikTok move of the game by John Lee Valin. So nice. You gotta see twice. Pero naghahabol pa rin ang Nueva Ecija Bespren. They're down 6 points, 31-25 with 8 minutes remaining dito sa ating second quarter. Justin Arana now, the Chief against the Chief. Arana will put it up. Wala.
That's excellent single coverage there by John Lee Valin.
Yes. Meanwhile, James Martinez. Engel will drive and he will score.
That's good defense by Pasig Sta, but just better offense by Jordan Engel. You saw 3 green shirts challenge that shot.
Oo, no?
But Jordan Engel out-timing then on that floater.
Ang tapang ng pagkakasalaksak nun ni Jordan Engel. Ivan Ludovice. John Ray will drive and a foul will be called against James Martinez.
James went for the reach, got beat on that corner and just prevented that baseline drive by John Ray Villanueva, as you can see right here.
So the ball stays with Pasig Sta Realtors after that foul by James Martinez. 31-27 po ang ating score. 4 na lang ang lamang ng Realtors at the post. Jeric Teng against Embons Bonleon. And Embons able to tap that one off Jeric Teng's hands.
Oh, UST Tiger versus UST Tiger.
Grabe, dating mga magkaka-schoolmates yung magkakalaban dito eh, no?
Not sure kung umabot sila ni Embon sa UST, but I think they did.
Tiger versus Tiger, Chief versus Chief, Warrior versus Red Warrior. And speaking of Red Warriors, Rudy Linganay. Oh, binigyan pa ng style points ni Justin Arana. Yung pick and roll na yon nila ni Rudy Linganay.
Talagang pinapakawalan ni Coach Bong de la Cruz sa opensa itong si Justin Arana. They're running a lot of plays for him. Not like in their previous games during the eliminations. They relied a lot on Cedric Ablaza, Jexter Apinan, and Rudy Linganay to initiate the offense for them. But right now, really a lot of touches for the Arellano Chief.
Saka naalala yata ni Justin Arana yung request mo sa kanya na 40 points, pare.
Last game pa yun.
Mas matindi kung dito niya gagawin. No? If
Well,
we remember,
it will definitely help their cause because they are holding the twice to beat disadvantage in this game.
Yes. So with the free throws of Justin Arana, the score is 33-27. Lead back up to 6. Jordan Engel now, hinahanap si James, and James, he will direct traffic para sa white shirts. He will be trapped. No, he won't. Napasa niya kagad kay JP Sarao, and JP Sarao, napakalaki nung nasa harapan niya. Embons at corner 3 para kay Embons de Leon. Oh, check that. Embons Bonleon.
He has been open a couple of times already before that. So kanina niya pa inaantay na matira niya yung shot niya yun. And that time making good on that right corner 3.
Ablasa, babawiin ba? Hindi. Jordan Engel picks up the loose ball. James Martinez now elects to drive, gets the foul, and the bucket.
Right mindset there by the Nueva Ecija Bespren. That was a 4-on-5 break. As you can see here, James Martinez recognizing the mismatch on defense, driving down the interior and getting the foul from his fellow UE Red Warrior, Rudy Linganay.
And we will have a timeout called by Pasig Sta Realtors. It is brought to you by Astig Roasters.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Six minutes remaining in the second quarter of play. Eman Cabiles po alongside Javi Palanya. Isa na lang ang lamang ng Pasig Sta Realtors laban dito sa Nueva Ecija Bespren at nasa free throw pa si James Martinez ng Bespren. And he ties it up. $33 all na tayo, Javi.
That's right. 10 unanswered points by the Nueva Ecija Bespren to be able to tie this game. And that is the first response from the Pasig Sta Realtors after that blitzing run by the white shirts.
They've been doing that all second quarter, the drive and draw. That time successful ulit. James Martinez nagpasabit kay Rudy Linganay.
Fishing expedition there. Let's see that again. James Martinez didn't use the screen by Sarao. Up fake. Rudy Linganay went for it, and James Martinez going to the line for 2 shots.
James Martinez, chance na maibaba yung kalamangan at maitay na after the second free throw as he makes the first.
James Martinez slowly trying to look for his offense here in the second quarter. Nung pagpasok niya, he was facilitating and playmaking for his teammates. But right now, he now has 5 points on the board for Nueva Ecija Bespren.
The game is tied again at 35, and ginawa ito ng Nueva Ecija Bespren, Javi, with Renz Palma on the bench. Huh?
And that is a very good sign for Coach Toto Diohilio because it's an implication that these 5 on the floor may kumpiyansa sila even without their top gun with them. And it gives ample rest to Renz Palma, who has been playing very well in this tournament.
Right, at alam natin, parang Mr. Fourth Quarter nila itong si Renz Palma eh.
He is the second leading scorer ng PhilBasket Subic Championship, 17.6 points per game.
Wow. Ryan Costello, he just got missed. May kasama pang foul yun from Jordan Ingel. I'm gonna call him Mr. 100% until he misses. Take a look at it again. May kasama pang foul from Jordan Ingel. At doon, nagmintis si Ryan Costello, but he gets the ball back. Cedric Ablasa now, he will try to drive, kick out to Japs. Japs off the board, wala.
Japs Bautista still scoreless in this game. But Ryan Costello, just amazing effort that he is displaying. Already 10 points to lead Pasig Sta Lucia in this game. You could see it in his eyes na talagang gusto niya manalo in this game, and he wants to help his team get the victory right here and force a decider.
Good setup there by Jordan Ingel to JP Sarao. We have another deadlock, 37 all. And Ryan Costello using that pick. Jexter, he will try to drive against Mark Cruz. The hook is up, but out. But Ablaza is there for the offensive rebound. So nagkakaroon ng problema sa rebounds tong Nueva Ecija Bespren. Ryan Costello, Linganay, he will fake, and the floater is up. And Linganay swabbing Suave with that floater.
Another great matchup on our hands here. James Martinez wanting to get that back.
And he does, Javi.
They are matching it blow by blow right here. Former UE Red Warriors coming to play.
The score is now 40-39. Lumamang na ng isa ang Nueva Ecija Bespren. After being down by at least 10 points in the first quarter, no?
See this right here. James Martinez bringing the ball up the floor. Seeing that Rudy Linganay wasn't really set on defense. Hoisting up the 3 from straight away.
At hindi lang yun, Javi. because prior to that, wait, as we take a look at our dashing Commissioner Jai Reyes there, enjoying the games. So I was saying, Abby, before that shot by James Martinez, napasabit niya si Rudy Lingganay. So si Rudy, medyo nag-alinlangan ng sumabay doon. Meanwhile, naka full court press ang green shirts ng Pasig Sta Realtors. And James Martinez calls for the O. He will be trapped doon sa corner.
That's
at matatawagan pa siya ng offensive foul. That is right.
Great timing on the trap there. They forced him into that deep corner near the half-court line. No one really to pass to there. And James Martinez, nakababa pa siya dun. And he was among the trees right there.
And again,
as you see here on your screen, Coach Bong de la Cruz really emphasizing that defense is needed to tow them to victory and force a decider against the Nueva Ecija Bespren.
Meanwhile, Cedric Ablaza misses that straight up three. Tumatakbo na naman ang white shirts ng Nueva Ecija. James Martinez. Good defense that time by Rudy Lingganay. Not fouling and still putting his hand up. Samantala, speaking of fouling, Embons Bonleon called for the hold against Apinan.
That's not a good foul. Kanina pa penalty itong Nueva Ecija Bespren. Nueva Ecija has gone to the line a lot in this ball game. This will be free throw attempt number 9 and number 10 as a team for Pasig Sta Lucia.
Jexter ups that lead to 2, 42-40 na po ang ating score. 3 minutes 13 remaining at the half. And we say hi to Sir Buddy Encarnado of Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Hindi nawawala tong si Sir Buddy.
Of course, always present at the
games. Also, special thanks to Subic Bay SBMA Central Luzon Regional Task Force para po sa inyong assistance dito sa amin sa Field Basket Subic Championship.
Renz Palma missing on that layup there. Until now, hirap na hirap pa rin siya to get his points.
Again, Ryan Costello making an impact para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Japs Bautista na nakamiss na ng ilang 3-point attempts. No? He will now go to the line for recalibration. Ika nga ni Master Noel. As we see it again, binitbit at inabot sa braso ni Embons Bonleon.
Embons Bonleon was better off just staying on the ground there.
Right. Or just going up vertically, you know?
Well, there was no chance if he went up vertically talaga kasi nauna na tumalon ito si Japs Bautista.
Nauna na siya. Meanwhile, Japs Bautista makes it a 5-point lead again para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Tumawag po ng timeout si Coach Toto Dihilio para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren at magbabalik kami. The timeout is brought to you by Astig Roasters. And before we resume play dito sa second quarter, si Coach Toto Dihilio yung tumawag ng timeout at si Coach Toto Dihilio ang nagpapashoutout dito kay Coach Alvin Gray, Mayor Cuevas, and Sir Bong Cuevas ng Palayan City. 2 minutes 42 seconds dito sa natitira dito sa second quarter. Corner 3, walang tinaman si Jordan Engel. At tumatakbo ang green shirts. Japs Bautista, binitbit na naman. High off the glass, wala. Mark Cruz fighting for that rebound. And Renz Palma, he will sky, pero...
That's good defense by Tyrone Chan.
Yes. Good defense. You're absolutely right. Jexer Rapinan with that pinpoint pass by Japs Bautista.
Japs Bautista adjusting on that play. He missed the last layup attempt, seeing that he had Jexter Apinan on the opposite end of the basket, opting to pass it off, getting that easy score in transition.
2 minutes natitira dito sa second quarter. Mark Cruz in the middle. Oh, he shouldn't have passed that one off, no? He had a mismatch. The crossover by Rudy. Japs for 3, short. At bumilis bigla ang laro. The Euro by Renz Palma.
That's just Palma's second field goal of the game. He's now 2 out of 5.
Pero hindi basta-basang maiikutan itong si Tyron Chan, no? Anyway, balik ang bola sa green shirts. Jexer Rapinan for 3. Short pa rin. Jeric Teng pulls it down. Ahead to Jordan Ingel. Jordan Ingel, his own version of the sidestep, pero wala yung tira. Jeric Teng, the spin cycle and the bucket. The score is 46-44. Naibaba na naman ang dalawang lamang nila. As we take a look at this again, Jeric Teng spinning and scoring para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. May timeout po ulit tayo. It is brought to you by Astig Roasters. One minute, 5 seconds natitira dito sa first half of play. Nueva Ecija Bespren dumikit na dito sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Well, dumikit ulit, no? 46-44 ang ating score. Ryan Costello back in para sa green shirts. So is Gilmer De La Torre. Jeric Teng, hinahanap pa rin ang kanyang tira. Wala that time. But Cedric Ablasa for the offensive rebound, and another foul will be called on Markel Cruz.
That's his third.
Bad news para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Tatlo na ang fouls ang kanilang starting center.
They haven't been doing a good job of boxing out itong bigs ng Pasig Sta Lucia. Whenever that attack comes from the outside, and when they rotate on defense, they fail to miss. They fail to check whoever they're supposed to block out, and therefore Pasig Sta Lucia able to get the offensive rebounds in more second chance opportunities like that by Cedric Ablaza.
Cedric Ablasa ups the lead to 4, 48-44, 48 seconds na lang natitira dito sa first half. And Gilmer De La Torre. Renz Palma now. Renz Palma, scoop shot is way off.
That was a forced shot there.
Oo, naghahanap lang siya ng foul yata doon, pero walang tinawag yung ref. Cedric Ablasa, corner 3 for Jeric Teng, and he knocks it down.
And whenever Nueva Ecija Bespren makes a run to get this game close or tie this ball game, Pasig Sta Lucia always having a response to it.
And a good response it is. Meanwhile, 10 seconds na lang ang natitira sa game clock.
And a big part of why they are able to do that is mainly because of their defense.
Yes.
They're able to get the ball back. When they are able to cross the half-court line, they are able to put the ball through the basket, and that's the reason why they are keeping Nueva Ecija Bespren at bay in this ball game.
Free throws now para kay Jeric Teng. Missing the first one. Pito po ang hinahabol ng Nueva Ecija Bespren laban dito sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. He makes a second. 9.8 to be exact. Cedric Ablasa. Ryan Costello now. I don't think Ryan Costello has missed yet except for the free throw. Lingganay, the floater, wala. And that will end the first half of play. Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors enjoying a 6-point lead against the Nueva Ecija Bespren. 51-45 po ang ating score on that last play, Javi. I thought Ryan Costello was gonna take it all the way as siya pa yung walang mintes sa field, no?
Yeah, but Rudy Lingganay opting to take charge and take that last shot at the half for Pasig Santa Lucia.
That is right. Meanwhile, we have an interview here at halftime. So 51 po ang score natin. 51-45. 6-point lead by Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. And we turn you over to Ken Pangilinan.
Thank you, Eman. Kasama ko ngayon si Ryan Costello ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Ryan, obviously, kailangan yung manalo to stay alive. Pero may added motivation ba sa inyo? Kasi tinalo kayo ng buzzer beater nito nung elimination game nyo.
Yun nga yung balikan natin yung laro namin nung nakaraan na buzzer beater kami. So, inisip namin na hindi na pwedeng mangyari yun. Kaya, ayun, dagdag igpit kami sa depensa talaga yun.
Ano pa sa tingin nyo kailangan yung gawin para makuha nyo na itong panalo na ito?
Siguro discipline lang sa offense and defense, yun lang.
There you have it, Ryan Costello. So, lamang po ang Santa Lucia Realtors ng 6. Huwag po kayong aalis, magbabalik po kami.
Sa amin masaya talaga kasi number 4 kami. Siyempre advantage sa amin yun eh. Kumbaga kumpiyansa din para sa team namin na maglaro. So yun. Adjustment, siguro yung outside shooting nila tsaka yung hustle nila sa pag-rebound ng bola sa offensive rebound. And naghahandaan din namin si Kuya Dexter Apinat, si Seda Blasa, tsaka si Rudy. Tsaka yung mga big band din nila, sina Kuya Felix Apreco, yung mga rebound din talaga nila yung paghahandaan. Tsaka hustle din talaga kami para manalo. Focus kami sa game. Role ko, sa akin didepensa lang talaga ako, tapos kuha akong rebound, yung puntos, bonus na para sa akin para manalo yung team. Yun lang yung role ko para sa team.
Sobrang importante kasi umakit kami sa top 4, may advantage kami na twice to beat. Siyempre yung mabit namin yung trap defense nila, tapos maano namin yung offensive rebound nila kasi ma-offensive rebound sila nung last game. Tapos yung 3 points nila, kailangan avoid namin yung 3 points nila. Siyempre yung defense, importante yun lalo si Coach Toto. More on defense talaga siyang coach Kung buhay na sa offense, siyempre.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Back here at the Phil Basket Quarterfinals, kasama ko naman ngayon si Gilmer De La Torre ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. So Gilmer, nag-start ka nung last 2 games. Naging motivation ba sa'yo yun para mag-perform ka ng mas mabuti pa?
Opo, sabi kasi ni coach sa akin, pag pinurspy ako, ready lang ako lagi. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, pag libre ako, itira ko lang. Kumpiyansa lang ako na papasok yung bola lagi. Ayun, buti nga, nagko-connect ngayon, kaya pasalamat din po.
Ayun, so malaking kalamangan ng Santa Lucia nung simula, pero because of your points, nakahabol kayo and na-manage yung cut down the lead. So anong kailangan nyo gawin sa second half para makuha na yung panalong to?
Double effort po sa defense, lalo na sa defense, lalo na din po sa offense. Yun lang po.
Ayun, there you have it. Gilmer De La Torre of Nueva Ecija Bespren. Back to you, Eman and Javi.
Maraming salamat, Ken Pangilinan. There you go, Gilmer De La Torre. May minintis na ba siya dito, Javi? Parang nagtatapatan sila ni Ryan Costello no?
He's only missed 1 shot from the field.
Only missed 1 shot. Wow, and he has 10 points now going into the third quarter. Ang score nga po natin is 51-45. Lamang pa rin ang Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, ang 6 against ang Nueva Ecija Bespren. And as we take a look at that, the flex by John Lee Valen, no? And yung play na yun, na kanina pang ginagawa ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, the drive and draw. Meanwhile, yung pasabit ni James Martinez, 2 beses niya nang napasabit si Rudy Linganay. And Mr. 100% Ryan Costello ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors.
And here are your numbers at the half. Nueva Ecija actually shooting better from the field, 53%. But the glaring stat right here, 12 out of 14 na mula sa 15-foot line itong Pasig Santa Lucia. And that's a big reason why they're holding the 6-point lead against the Nueva Ecija Bespren. Also, Nueva Ecija has not been taking care of the basketball in that first half. 9 turnovers already, which Pasig Santa Lucia has converted into 8 points. And also, the 3-point shooting for the Nueva Ecija Bespren has kept them in this game. They're lucky to be down by just 6.
And halftime stat is brought to you by TM Easy Surf 99. Meanwhile, leading scorers natin,
Gilmer De La Torre and JP Sarao leading Nueva Ecija Bespren attack with 10 apiece. James Martinez with 8. Renz Palma, the second leading scorer of our tournament at 17.6 points per game, only with 5. Justin Arana, Ryan Costello with 9 apiece to lead Pasig Santa Lucia, and Cedric Ablaza, Jexer Apinan with 8 each, rounding up the pack for the Realtors.
And the leading scorers is brought to you by Grab Food. So Javi, 6-point lead lang ang Santa Lucia dito, no, against Nueva Ecija Bespren. At alam naman natin, dapat ang Nueva Ecija Bespren, iiwanan mo talaga kagad dyan ng malayo Kasi what they do is they stick around, they hang around. At pagdating na ng crunch time, biglang they perform.
That's right. They really just want to give themselves a chance every game to stick with these teams. And you're right, they're very dangerous, so it's important and it's very imperative for this Pasig Santa Lucia team na ibaon na sila agad.
Oo. Ginawa nila yon against the Davao Occidental Tigers dati at sumunod naman ang Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors.
And historically, Pasig Santa Lucia hasn't been really doing very well in close games, no?
Oh, yes.
All of their wins, almost majority of their wins, they've won by an average margin of about 15 points per game.
Oo.
So pag close game, medyo delikado talaga at dehado itong Pasig Santa Lucia. So they want to leave Nueva Ecija right away.
Meanwhile, good block there by JP Sarao. Nagsimula na po ang ating third quarter. It is brought to you by Wilson. Wilson, the official basketball of Phil Basket Subic Championship. JP Sarao now. The fake. And what a move. Kung si John Colina ang Mr. Fundamental ng FSD Makati Army, si JP Sarao naman ang Mr. Fundamental nitong Nueva Ecija Bespren.
That's right, JP Sarao, one of the top performers yung first half para kay Coach Toto Diohilio. That's already his 12th point of the game.
Oh, good defense by John Lee Valin. Not for long.
Justin Arana hasn't been doing very well on the initial attacks, but every time he's able to get multiple offensive rebounds, kaya napupuntusan niya ang mga second, third chance opportunities here para sa Pasig Santa Lucia.
And Coach Bong de la Cruz recognizes the mismatch that they have for Justin Arana, no? They've been going to him several times na nung second quarter, well, since the start of the game. And on that loose ball battle, the ball will go to the green shirts of Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. The score is 53-47. Anim pa rin ang lamang ng Realtors dito sa Nueva Ecija Bespren with 8 minutes 29 seconds natitira dito sa ating third quarter.
Nueva Ecija will have to up the ante on defense and do a better job on rebounding. Every time Pasig Santa Lucia goes on the attack, nadidepensahan naman nila ng maganda usually, except for that opportunity. But usually they're able to get good defense. The problem is they haven't been boxing out very well.
Yes. Ang daming offensive rebounds na ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors laban sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. At doon sa huling play na yun, Justin Arana na mayagpag na naman laban kay John Lee Valin. Oh, what a pass by Ludovice to Costello. Threading the needle do sa fast break na yon.
Ryan Costello still hasn't missed in this game. 11 points in the game for the former San Sebastian Stag.
JP Sarao now, he will drive and Ryan Costello was there to get that ball. Renz Palma will try to steal it back. Fancy play at yun lang. Simplihan na lang natin.
Renz Palma not giving up on the play, displaying amazing effort to get back that basketball. And on that play, dropping it off to his buddy JP Sarao for the deuce.
Jeric Teng now. And back down low to Justin Arana. John Lee Valin. He will be called for the foul. Or was it on Renz Alcoriza? Oh, it's on John Lee Valin. Take a look at this again. This is the delivery assist of the game brought to you by Grab Food. Look at that.
Good thing that Ryan Costello was able to recover and finish that play. But you can see here Justin Arana really aggressively asking for the ball on the low block. Something that you really haven't seen much in this tournament. Of course, you've seen flashes of that at some games. Pero Coach Bong de la Cruz doesn't really run a lot of plays for Justin Arana. But right now, really recognizing the mismatch that he has against the bigs of the Nueva Ecija Bespren. Kasi alam niya, kaya niya kaldagin itong mga bigs ng Bespren sa loob.
Coach Bong and Justin Arana doing it old school. Several plays na para dito sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Meanwhile, Renz Palma, another drop off to JP Sarao. So yung ginagawa kanina ng green shirts na drive and draw, binabalik sa kanila ngayon, Nueva Ecija Bespren. Meanwhile, we would like to thank Coco Life. Coco Life, our official partner here in Field Basket, Subic Championship.
And they continue to go to Arana at the post.
And John Lee Valin will have a long night trying to contain Justin Arana.
If I'm Coach Toto Diohilio, the past two post possessions that Justin Arana has gotten the basketball, he has driven to the middle. So force him to the baseline where you're able to get help defense behind him and sneak in behind to try to get that basketball.
That is right. Meanwhile, Justin Arana makes the first. They will exploit that all night. No? So the lead is now up to 9, 60-51. At pwede pang dagdagan ni Justin dito, and he does. So 10 na naman ang lamang ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors.
He now shares scoring honors with JP Sarao in this game. 16 points for the two big men.
We would like to say thank you sa Subic Bay, SBMA, and Central Luzon Regional Task Force. Maraming salamat po sa assistance nyo, sirs. Turnover by Renz Alcoriza. Ball goes back to the green shirts. Ryan Costello calling the play para sa Realtors. He will find Ludovice 4-3 short. Pero offensive rebound na naman, but that time, John Lee Valin got his block.
Great recovery there by Valin, but that was supposed to be another putback for Pasig Santa Lucia.
Mas okay sana kung rebound na lang eh.
See how Cedric Ablaza was coming from the blind side of the outside area to get that basketball, and no presence of mind by the best friend to block him out.
Oh, Justin Arana exercising his height and might against JP Sarao that time. Offensive rebound na naman yun, Javi.
That's right. It has been a field day for the Arellano big man.
Meanwhile, JP Sarao may sumabit sa Sarao.
And for Coach Toto Duhilio, for his adjustments on offense, I would suggest that they try to get Justin Arana into foul trouble.
Right.
Arana has only 1 foul in this game. To be able to get him to force Coach Bong de la Cruz to sit him on the bench for a few minutes to negate that height advantage that they have inside, kasi hirap na hirap itong Nueva Ecija Bespren so far with him in the game.
Justin Arana actually is kind of winded now. He thought siya yung ilalabas doon ni Coach Bong. The floater by Renz.
That's exactly what they want to do there. Make Justin Arana work on defense.
Para hindi siya ganun ka-effective sa offense. Meanwhile, Ryan Costello. Kay Tyron Chan naman ngayon sa low post. So open is Jeric Teng, pero namintis na yung tira. James Martinez controls it para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Now Renz Palma. James Martinez for 3. Offline. Ryan Costello will wait for his teammates. And then drive suddenly. And still makes the shot. Wow.
This guy is just locked in.
Locked in is right, Avi.
Ryan Costello driving down the lane into the middle of the defense, over the outstretched arms of 6'7" John Levelin to drain the floater.
May timeout po tayo. It is brought to you by Astig Roasters. So Ryan Costello, Javi, meron na pala siyang isang mintis kanina, no? I've been calling him Mr. 100%, pero kung may mintis man siya, hindi ko na matandaan. Ang importante dito, he is so locked in, and the impact that he is making for his team is one reason why they are up.
He has been putting numbers across the board here. 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Wow.
For Coach Bong de la Cruz, starting point guard.
At nasa third quarter pa lang tayo, 4 minutes, 51 seconds sa titira. JP Sarao, the jumper, wala. And Rudy Lingana, he will get that rebound. No second chance points halos para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren, no?
Pasig Santa Lucia has been able to secure the defensive possession with those defensive rebounds.
Inside to Apinan, pero may holding foul na tinawag doon against Renz Palma as he was sealed off by Jexer Apinan.
Talagang minamama na ng Pasig Santa Lucia itong Nueva Ecija
Oh
Bespren.
yes, minamama is the right term for it.
They are really looking to use the wealth of experience that they have. A lot of these players have seen a lot of basketball in their careers.
And is this the first time we see Felix Apreco in the ballgame?
That's right.
Yes. Apinan, yun, nasobran lang yung pangmama niya doon. The shot was strong for Jexter. And entangled inside JP Sarao and Felix Apreco. Isama pa si Rudy Lingana eh.
That's the right mindset by JP Sarao. Attack the one who came off the bench. Malamig pa yan.
Oh. A good defense by Jex Rapinan anticipating that handoff. Pero that time, oh, JP Sarao, the sorry miss. He was asking for a foul there. Rudy Linganay, the scoop is up pero wala. Rebound battle won by Renz Palma. And James Martinez is running. Tyrone Chan. Oh, caught for the holding with his off arm. No?
Well, that's the veteran smarts of James Martinez, recognizing that he was going up against a big man. Tried to draw contact on the body first before going up for the shot.
Talagang tinarget niya yung gitna ni Tyrone Pierce-Chan that time. So James Martinez is back at the line. The free throws is brought to you by Wilson. Wilson, the official basketball of Phil Basket Subic Championship.
James Martinez now going for point number 10 here.
And he cuts the lead down to 10. Again, 65-55 ang ating score. 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Natitira dito sa third quarter of play.
Token pressure right there.
Nag-pressure na ng konti, biglang binalik. Tyrone Pierce-Chan will let it fly. Apreco is there for the follow.
That's another offensive rebound for Santa Lucia. If Nueva Ecija is to come back in this game, they will have to do a much better job of crashing the boards, making sure that Pasig Santa Lucia is not afforded second chance opportunities.
Speaking of crashing the boards, there's John Lee Valin. A rare offensive rebound. Pero before that, Gilmer De La Torre got an offensive rebound, no?
They'll have to crash both sides of the boards,
yes,
both on offense and defense, if they are able to come back and trim this 10-point deficit that they have.
Checks are up in hand against Valin.
And that's just not going to cut it.
Right.
If you're John Lee Valin, you know that Jexter Apinan is a left-hander. So force him to go to his offside, the right side.
Meanwhile, Gilmer De La Torre, rare miss from him this game. Pero ando na naman si John Lee Valin.
That's only his second rebound in this game.
Dalawang offensive rebounds pa, no? Jexter Apinan again, this time blocked by Valin. And Jexter will not give up on that play. He will be fouled. I was going to say in the previous play na yung pagsabay ni John Lee Valin kay Apinan, parang iniingatan niya masyado yung foul niya. Pero that time nakuha rin ni Jexter Apinan yung third foul nitong si John Lee Valin. So he will go out at papasok na si Jeric Nakpil.
Well, that's why if you're taking care of your fouls, if you don't want to really go up and commit fouls, have to play smart defense. Force him on the side na hindi niya gusto puntahan. Kargahan mo siya dun sa kaliwa niya, force him to go to the right.
Meanwhile, in-inbound na doon ang Nueva Ecija Bespren. Meron pa palang isang free throw si Jexter Apinan. And a thumbs up from our refs. So second free throw to ni Apinan. Chance to put the lead up back to 11 pero wala. Rebound battle, it will go to Nueva Ecija Bespren.
But Pasig Santa Lucia should definitely not be relaxing at any point in this game. It's just a 10-point lead, and we've seen weirder things happen in this whole tournament, especially from the Nueva Ecija Bespren.
Oh, yes. Jeric Nakpil against Justin Arana. James Martinez, a step through. Wala na siyang space doon, pero nakabingwit pa rin siya ng foul.
That's the second straight foul James Martinez has been able to force on the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. The smallest guy on the floor for Coach Toto Duhilio, able to go to the line again.
And we've seen this before, Javi. You know, pag hindi nag-work yung opensa ng Nueva Ecija Bespren, they give the ball to James Martinez and get out of the way, and James gets it done sa free throw line.
You're trying to give Pasig Santa Lucia their own dose of medicine. It was Pasig Santa Lucia who went through the line a lot in the first half. But right now, Nueva Ecija Bespren trying to do the same.
Ryan Costello, lucky he wasn't called for the kick there. Apreco inside. Safely to Rudy. Chaps Bautista, 4-3, bang!
He doesn't need much daylight to hoist that 3 up. And Embons Bonleon was a little too far from him.
Oh, JP Sarao trying to fish for that foul. At bandang ulit, siya pa ba'y matatawagan or si Justin Arana? Oh, Chaps Bautista. As we see it again. So ang galing nung eye nung ref no na nakita pa niya si Chaps Bautista pushing while the focus was on pushing on Jeric Teng, while the focus was on JP Sarao, Arana, and Apreco, no?
Jeric Teng, who's averaging 8 points per game for Coach Toto Diohilio, only with 4 in this ball game. That's 5 now.
So 10 pa rin po ang lamang ng Pasig Sta Realtors. 1 minute 27 seconds at titira sa third quarter. Ryan Costello will set it up. Finds Ablasa. Ablasa will hand it off to Linganay. Linganay will shoot the 3 and he will bury it.
Defensive lapse there by James Martinez. He went under that screen and that handoff. Rudy Linganay, also a guy who doesn't need much daylight to hoist it up from downtown.
JP Sarao parang natabunan ng gubat ng Berde doon. Nowhere to go.
Oh, it's a tall task for him. Pun intended. Justin, he is playing the 5 position right now for the Nueva Ecija Bespren. But really a tall front line that he is up against. Justin Arana and Cedric Ablaza.
Meanwhile, Renz Palma off balance. Wala. Good defense by Ryan Costello there. Hindi man niya nakuha yung charge. Nagulo niya yung tira ni Renz Palma.
And just nothing working here so far para dito sa opensa ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. Out of control was Renz Palma on that transition try.
And 19 seconds na lang natitira dito sa ating third quarter. Another offensive rebound by the green shirts. Arana underneath. Last 10 seconds of third quarter. James Martinez, he will be trapped by 3 green shirts. Renz Palma will hoist it up. No, nakpil. That will count. And Justin Arana apologizing to his coach there. Sabi niya, kala ko coach, wala nang oras eh. So Jeric Teng, kahit papano, nakascore para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. The score 77-64. Pasig Sta Realtors still up by 13 points. And at the end of 3 quarters, yun nga po ang confirmation ng ating Stadium Barker. We see this again. That beautiful pass by Ludovice to Ryan Costello. And Renz Palma, the drop-off to JP Sarao. At syempre, yung post-up play si Justin Arana all night long. 77-64 po ang ating score. Magbabalik kami para sa fourth and final quarter. Fourth quarter na po tayo dito sa laban ng Nueva Ecija Bespren versus Pasig Sta Realtors. Eman Cabiles, kasama pa rin si Javi Palanya. And the fourth quarter was brought to you by Coco Life.
We're already in the fourth quarter, but Pasig Sta Lucia has only committed 3 turnovers in this ball game. As we look at their quarter scoring right here, Pasig Sta Lucia still leading that third quarter, 19-26. As I was saying, 3 turnovers pa lamang itong Pasig Sta Lucia. And we're already in the last period of this ball game. So really the defense of Nueva Ecija not able to force turnovers, and that's why they're not able to get easy shots.
Ryan Costello, he just can't miss. Yung focus din talaga nitong green shirts, ibang level tonight, Javi, no?
That's right, on both ends of the floor they have been doing very well.
Jeric Teng will fake, and he will drop it off to JP Sarao. JP Sarao, that time, quick release na bago maiangat ni Justin Arano ang kanyang mga mahabang braso.
JP Sarao has been doing a yeoman's job here for Coach Toto Duhilio in trying to man the paint because of early foul trouble dito kay Mark Neil Cruz tsaka kay John Lee Valin.
Ablasa, the drop off to Aranya. Oh, there, a turnover forced by Nueva Ecija Bespren, and Embons Bonleon will push it to James Martinez. Back to Embons. Now to Sarao. Sarao the fake. Embons will let it fly, pero wala. Aranya pulls down that rebound.
There's just no flow and rhythm on the offense for the Nueva Ecija Bespren. They're taking forced shots.
Oo nga.
Shots that haven't been going within the flow of the offense.
Ryan Costello to Cedric. Japs Bautista back to Cedric. Cedric lets it fly and hits that target.
And you look at the comparison on the offensive end for the Nueva Ecija Bespren and Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. That came off 3 passes before Japs Bautista was set up for that shot.
Ryan Costello getting that offensive foul against James Martinez.
He's just doing it all.
Oh, yes.
Both ends of the floor. James Martinez charging in to Ryan Costello, using that left shoulder to ward him off. Correct call there by our officials.
Jordan Engel comes back in para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. 83-68 na ang ating score. Nagpapasalamat po tayo sa Subic Bay SBMA Central Luzon Regional Task Force para sa kanilang tulong sa amin dito sa Field Basket Subic Championship. Thank you po, sirs. Ryan Costello to Japs Bautista. Corner 3!
8 out of 20 from downtown itong Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. And Japs Bautista now with 9 points in this game to help the cause of Coach Bong de la Cruz and his squad.
As we see it again, Ryan Costello faking the 3 and dropping it to Japs. So ito na nga yung gusto ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, Javi. Malaki yung lamang nila. Just like in their previous wins. The score is 86-68. 7 minutes na lang ang natitira dito sa ating laro. Inside, Cedric Ablasa.
And look at who initiated that offense. Hockey pass by Ryan Costello. Dexter Apinan dropping it off to Cedric Ablasa for the deuce underneath.
Perfect execution by the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. And Nueva Ecija Bespren looking for answers now as we have a timeout. It is brought to you by Astig Roasters.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Seven minutes, 15 seconds sa titira sa ating laro. 88-68 is now a 20-point lead para dito sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors laban sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Gilmer De La Torre back in the game. Renz Palma. Blocking foul will be called there on Ivan Ludovice.
Just a tad too late there on that defensive slide was Ivan Ludovice.
Right.
Jordan Engel still a non-factor in this game.
Oo nga. Hindi niya madepensahan si Ryan Costello, no? Mark Cruz back for the Bespren, pero wala yung kanyang tira doon.
Mark Cruz is still scoreless in this match.
Yeah, after hitting a couple of threes in their last game, no? Meanwhile, Ryan Costello to Jexter Apinan. Corner 3 na naman, Jabs Bautista! He will knock it down para sa green shirts.
That's the second straight time they've been able to run that offensive play. How could you leave a guy like Jabs Bautista wide open on the left corner?
Meanwhile, Renz Palma making that bucket against at least 3 green shirts, no? Pero yun nga, makashoot man ang Nueva Ecija Bespren, hirap na hirap, Javi.
That's right, and their body language doesn't seem to display any energy right now. Look at that kick out by Jexter Apinan, going through the teeth of the defense and kicking it out on the left corner.
It's now a 21-point lead at nakaagaw si Rudy Linganay. Hindi siya nakita doon ni Jeric Nakpil.
16 turnovers now in the ball game for the Bespren, not really helping their cause at all.
No, samantalang sa green shirts, 4 lang yata, no, Javi?
That's right.
Jexter Apinan, binali.
See, just no resistance being shown here. It's been so easy for Pasig Sta to settle into their offense. They are able to do what they want to do.
Good block there by Cedric Ablasa on the jumper by Jeric Nakpil. 93-70 na po ang score natin. Nearing the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Ludovice, yun, medyo nasobran sa style.
Rare turnover there for Pasig Santa Lucia.
Right, na-unforced, no?
Nueva Ecija was just lucky that Jexter Apinan didn't get the pass there.
So 23 points pa rin po ang inahabol ng Bespren. Gilmer De La Torre will launch and will land. Gilmer De La Torre, the quick release. Temo, pagsalo, release kagad. So that brings the lead down to 20, 93-73 po ang ating score. A timeout is called. It is brought to you by Astig Roasters. Five minutes, 14 seconds at itira dito sa ating laro. 20 pa ang inahabol ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. 93-73 ang score. At naka-turnover sila. Well, naka-intercept sila doon. Jordan Engel finally making something happen para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren.
Those are 5 quick points by the Bespren in the last 30 seconds.
As we see it again, the hoop and the harm. Bonus free throw ngayon para kay Jordan Engel.
Now that's 6 quick points for the Bespren, trimming this lead to just 17 points, 5:06 left in this game. There is still time here.
Meanwhile, nagpapasalamat po tayo sa Coco Life. Coco Life, our official partner here in Field Basket Subic Championship. The press is broken. And John Lee Valin will foul Jexter Apinan. Take a look at it again. A touch pass. Bautista to Apinan.
Getting the 4th foul of John Lee Valin. Pasig Santa Lucia breaking that press very beautifully.
John Lee Valin, I think, will stay in the game. Meanwhile, this free throws is brought to you by Wilson. Wilson, our official basketball here in Field Basket Subic Championship.
Jexter Apinan has missed his last 3 free throws. And that is not gonna keep the Bespren at bay. They will keep attacking here. Let's see if this will be a case of too little, too late.
And Ryan Costello is back para dito sa Realtors. He has been brilliant so far in this game. Gilmer De La Torre, not that time. JP Sarao loses the rebound.
And that's right, Pasig Santa Lucia playing the clock right now.
4 minutes, 36 na lang ang natitira sa ating laro. Ryan Costello will use the up and pick, hands it off to Bautista. Bautista, the ball fake, misses however. Pero may offensive rebound na naman, Javi, si Cedric.
There were two Bespren players in the area, but they did not box out Cedric Rabaza. They tried to out-jump him right there. And Rudy Lingganay just adding buffer to this lead of the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors.
It now stands at 19.
And that's it for John Levalin. Oh, okay, it's going to be on Cedric Ablaza.
Lucky break para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. As we take a look at that play again.
That's right.
Yun, may hawak.
Cedric Ablaza was trying to ward off John Levalin on that play.
So 95-76, 19 points pa rin po ang inahabol ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. JP Sarao will drive against Lingganay. Finds Jordan Ingel open. Corner three, short. JP Sarao gets it back. Jordan Ingel drops it to Gilmer, and Gilmer will travel.
Yep, shuffled his feet there. Right call by our officials.
Medyo nagulat siya na pagtingala niya si Justin Arana lang ang kanyang nakita.
Well, he was already thinking score before he even got the pass.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why usually nakatatawagan ng traveling.
Justin Arana back at the post against JP Sarao this time. Halos inubo si Justin Arana yung fouls ni John Levalin kanina. Lingganay. Chaps Bautista open again. Pero Cedric Ablaza for the offensive rebound once again. At nakatapat na naman sa kanya doon yung 6'7" na si John Levalin.
Just no box out there. They've been trying to out-jump them. They think that their long arms will be able to help them corral those rebounds, but just not working for them, and it has been the story of this game.
Right. Pero lucky break there para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. As naubusan ng shot clock itong si Rudy Lingganay and Cedric Ablaza. However, the score hasn't moved. 95-76 pa rin. Nueva Ecija Bespren nag-aabol ng 19 points laban dito sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. 3 minutes, 10 seconds na lang ang natitira. James Martinez will gather. The floater is up and in.
Last stand here by the Bespren. But they'll have to force Pasig Santa Lucia into turnovers.
They need stops desperately as bumaba na po sa 3 minutes ang ating laro. And Ryan Costello managing the time para sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. 6 to shoot. Cedric Ablaza lets it fly and another offensive rebound. 10 to shoot this time para sa green shirts pa rin. Justin Arana will be called for the offensive foul against JP Sarao. Good shutdown of the baseline that time by JP Sarao.
Should have done that earlier in the game.
Yes. Bago nagkaroon ng 21 points itong si Justin Arana. So Jeric Teng comes back para dito sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left here in the game. James Martinez will let it roll, then picks it up. Gilmer De La Torre now. Renz Palma, not much of a factor para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. James Martinez weaving his way inside. The shot is short, however.
Clock is ticking here for the Bespren. That could be
yes. 95-78 po ang ating score, nearing the 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes of the game. And it is brought to you by TM Easy Surf 99, a rare miss by Ryan Costello.
That's like the easiest shot that he has had in this whole ball game.
Gusto niya yata, talagang mahirap eh. So Japs Bautista has been called for a foul there, sending Gilmer De La Torre to the line. $17 pa rin ang inahabol dito ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. We're down to 1 minute and 52 seconds. At hindi pa naipasok ni Gilmer De La Torre ang kanyang free throw. Second shot for Gilmer. Made sure of that one. The lead is 15. Check that, 16. 1 minute 52 na lang ang natitira sa ating laro. Jeric Teng ahead to Justin Arana. Arana finally controls it at nandito na kay Ryan Costello. And of course, the green shirts will waste as much time as they can in every possession from here on out. Justin Arana, good pass by Ryan Costello.
That's already 9 assists in the game for Ryan Costello. He's 1 away from a double-double.
Wow, one
he
away.
also does have 6 rebounds. So really across the stat sheet itong performance ni Ryan Costello.
Meanwhile, James Martinez missing that hop-skip floater. Ivan Ludovice back para sa green shirts. And I think this game is pretty much decided, Javi. Magkakaroon tayo ng pangalawang laro na maglalaban tong dalawang teams na to. And as Justin Arana completes this beautiful pick and roll, it is the move of the game brought to you by TikTok. Meron po ulit tayong timeout. Handog naman sa atin ng Astig Roasters Coffee. Exactly 1 minute natitira sa ating laro. 20 points pa rin ang lamang na Pasig Sta Realtors labang sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. And like I said earlier, it's pretty much decided, Avi. We will have another game between these two.
Both teams have already emptied their benches.
Jeric Teng, Tyrone Pierce, Chan. The lefty layup rolls out.
It's a rare drive coming from Chan.
Look good though, hindi lang pumasok eh. And that has been the story of the game. Pag nakita pa natin yung discrepancy sa turnovers, no?
Turnovers, offensive rebounds, and just no flow on offense. A lot of forced shots, a lot of botched opportunities in transition. That was just a story of the game for the Nueva Ecija Bespren, and just total team effort displayed on both ends for Pasig Sta Lucia.
That is right. So the final buzzer sounds. 99-79 ang ating score. Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors goes on to live another day as they win over the Nueva Ecija Bespren. Though total team effort dito para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors, no? A lot of players scoring in double figures, but we can only have one best player of the game, and he is now with my partner, Javi Palanya.
Thank you, Eman, and we are with our Coco Life best player of the game, Ryan Costello. Ryan, 16 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Tsaka ang ganda ng linalala mo this past 3 games. Lagi ka nakascore in double figures. pinagsabihan ka ba ni Coach Bong na, Ray, kailangan kita para manalo, para makapagtawid tayo sa quarterfinals?
Yun nga, sinasabi lang sa akin ni Coach Bong na kailangan kong mag-step up every game, na dalhin ko talaga yung team kasi ako lang yung guardia na maatake, pati yung mga teammate ko talaga nakasuporta sa akin.
And that's exactly what we saw here today, Ray. Being the starting point guard, naramdaman mo talaga diba na kailangan talaga mag-step up at ito yung opportunity ko para magpakita lalo na't playoffs time na.
Yun, sinabi lang ni Coach na mag-focus kami sa defense at saka sa offense, disiplina lang. Tsaka di pa tapos tong knockout game, next game pa talagang masigitan pa namin yung laro namin ngayon para makuha namin yung panalo next game.
Alright, thank you, Ray. Baka may mga gusto ko batiin?
Binabati ko yung Santa Lucia, si Boss Exi Robles, Boss Buddy Encarnado, yung misis ko si Charindel Martinez, yung anak ko si Pablo, yung family ko sa Barangka, sa Marikina, mga ate ko, yung papa ko, pati yung family ng asawa ko.
Alright, thank you, Ryan. Once again, our Coco Life Best Player of the Game. Let's swing back over to Eman to wrap this baby up.
Thank you.
And the Coco Life Best Player of the Game will receive 1,000 Grab points from Grab Food. Ito na nga po ang ating score. Final 99-79. Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, as I've said, will live another day. So sa playoff brackets, naghihintay pa rin po ang AICC Manila kung sino mananalo dito sa playoff ng Nueva Ecija Bespren at Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Meanwhile, games tomorrow. The Davao Occidental Tigers, number 2, will go up against Burlington EOG Sports. Sila yung nasa 7th place. Tapos San Juan Knights naman, go for gold, laban sa Medical Depot. This will be tomorrow. Live sa YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So sa ngalan po ni Javi Palanya at ng mga matitipuno at masisipag na production crew ng Field Basket, ako po si Eman Cabiles. See you all tomorrow mga ka-Field Baskets. Thank you and good night.